And okay, I just got done making the spam more video. So this is a fan fiction, a very low quality fan fiction, but so you're probably wondering, who is this character? Well, okay, back in 2017 there was this Cartoon Network show called OKKO. I can show you some pictures of it. So for some reason, it's just as soon as I watched an episode of this show, I was like, I need to see how this show ends. And there's probably like 20 different spoilers in the pictures, so I'm not gonna do that. But there's this whole storyline with these three guys, and are they all the same person? Are two of them the same person, or are they all different people? And then there's of course, oh, who's KO's father? That whole thing. And the way they revealed it was actually pretty funny, so I'd recommend watching it. So this is my old Wattpad account. I definitely don't have any other Wattpad accounts with funny stuff. But I'm going to attempt to read this. Do a read of this. Okay. And okay, I'm just gonna long story short explain the lore behind Obese Cold. This whole fanfic is basically me complaining about how it's basically an exaggeration of, like with every time a new electronic comes out, we're like, oh look, this new thing came out, and it was basically me complaining about how. So once again, long story short, the whole I wasn't born rich situation, but that's besides the point. The lottery ticket. A cohort OKKO fan fiction. Cohort woke up. Wake up, get ready for school, Obese said. Cohort got up and gets ready for school. Mental, I'm not explaining the... Okay, if you've been on Discord, you might get the joke behind the name Mental for his brother, but that's besides the point, once again. Mental, I don't have money for gas today, so you can stay home just in case they call me to pick you up. Obese told Mental. A commercial came on TV. The iPhone XS Max Plus commercial. I can't wait to see Rich Cowart's reaction today, Cowart complained. Then an even worse commercial came on. A commercial for the Xbox One XS, Cowart internally screams. Obese looks out the window and sees a bus coming. Colbert walked outside and waited for the bus to pull up. There seemed to be a hustle going on the bus when it pulled up. Colbert walked into the bus, sat down. Everyone was talking about how they're going to get the new iPhone XS Max and Xbox One XS today. Wait, wasn't it like the Oh yeah, that's the same. Bus started. He fell asleep on the bus due to boredom. When Colbert got to school, he put his backpack on the floor and walked into the cafeteria to get breakfast. When he walked into the dining room, there were even posters for the new products coming out. Rich Colbert, 29 King Colbert, and their friends were sitting at the table. What's up, 1997 Colbert? bragged Rich Colbert. Colbert, how many times does this thing say Colbert? Colbert walked past them and sat at a table with poor Colbert. Today is a bad day for me. People are taking drones and dropping paper planes made of iPhone XS Max pictures at me, he said. So, poor Colbert. Why are you poor now? Colbert asked. Well, one day I looked in the very house that Rich Colbert lived in. Rich Colbert was once homeless. Then he snuck into our house one night and stole our money. He forced our landlord to give the house to him, Colbert explained. Colbert finished eating. He walked to the trash cans and put his tray in the washing area. This cafeteria is actually modeled based on my middle school cafeteria with the tray thing. Walked out of the cafeteria and down the hall. As he walked into the gym, this whole school is based on my middle school. I'm in high school now. He walked into the gym. The teachers dismissed them. They all ran quickly, excited to get home fast. Colbert ran as fast as he could down the hall and got to lockers. Everyone who was getting the new products put a poster on their locker. Even the principals were so excited that they made school dismiss 3 hours early. That's not something my school would do. Society, schizo post. Cohort called Obese and told him school dismissed early. In study hall, the class watched videos on how to pre-order the new products. In science, they learned how they engineer them. This is like the pinnacle of fellow kids jokes right here. In reading, they read about them. Every class had something related to that day. Cohort was so stressed at the end of the day. Even touching his locker was a hike-up Everest today. Cohort walked back down to the library and turned to go to the bus. When his bus pulled up, everyone rushed onto the bus. Cohort walked into the bus. The buses immediately zoomed off to kids' homes. Cohort walked off the bus onto the driveway. He walked up to the door. I could really condense these things into compound sentence or whatever. I'm not that bad at writing, but this is bad writing. I have a lottery ticket for you, said Obese. Cohort took. See, this is kind of dragged into my own fantasy right here about how winning the lottery would be the best thing ever. Of course, it's not gonna bring my dad back, but this obese cohort was based on my dad, who himself wasn't overweight, by the way. Cohort took the ticket and eagerly scratched off the winning numbers 3, 5, 7, and 1. He scratched off his numbers 5, 16, 10, 7, 2, 1, 3. He noticed that he had just won the grand prize, $1 million. Cohort immediately put on his coat and shoes. Let's go get those new products. Whatever. Cohort told Obese. They rushed to the car. They were speeding down the hill to the city to cash the ticket. They ran into the lottery office and walked up with bags of cash. They walked out with bags of cash. They went to the nearest car dealer and got a new car, and rushed to the Apple store to get the new iPhone XS Max Plus, and sped to Best Buy to get the new Xbox. Now, there's some inconsistency going on here. Earlier, it said something about pre-ordering, and they already have them. That doesn't make any sense. And if it was the day the phone came out, if they went to the Apple store, it would be like days before they got in place in line and they would be sold out. When the iPhone 10 came out, I don't know what the hype is around iPhones, because now I'm not saying anything about Apple in general, but you look at Samsung's Galaxy series, they have way more RAM, way more base storage, and they have reverse wireless charging, and that's just like the whatever that comes with not trying to monopolize your company. It is monopolize word, I don't know. Where was I? Oh, yeah. And sped to Best Buy to get the new Xbox. They went home and went to bed. Next morning, Cohort took his hoverboard. He got it, Best Buy, to school. Now listen to this. Rich Cohort was accused. What's up, Abrahamers? I guess that's a joke, a twist on 1997 Cohort. Somehow. What? Cohort bragged. He had fun that day. When he got home, Obese got a notification. It said that Rich Cohort is buying the house from them. Then the worst thing happened. Obese had a heart attack. He was immediately rushed to the emergency room. Obese had to have a heart transplant. When Obese got I like how I just call him Obese. When Obese got Obese. Why did I call Obese Cohort be acceptable? No, I just keep calling him Obese. Got out of rehab, he was shocked. The bill was $300,000. He paid the bill with some of his lottery money. He gave the rest to Rich Cohort so he could keep the house. The end. And that's the end of the fanfiction. I know it says to be continued, but it's not going to be continued. I don't even know the passwords of this account.